Welcome to our coverage of the 57th Daisy BB Gun Nationals hosted in Rogers, Arkansas. With nearly 500 competitors, this year's event featured not only the team BB gun matches for the national title, but also 10-meter air rifle, returning champions matches, and the all-new Top 10 shootout. We'll also be bringing you interviews with teams, coaches, and competitors, as well as our discussions with Robert Barr, president of the NRA, Scott Stuhr, program coordinator for the National 4-H Shooting Sports, and of course, Keith Higginbotham, president of Daisy. It was a jam-packed event, and we are excited to bring you our coverage of the 2024 Daisy Nationals. Let's get started. Hey there guys, it's Rick here with AirgunWeb, and we are at the Daisy Nationals. I'm here with the Oregon Timberwolves. I hope I said that correctly. Yes, awesome. And I've got kind of a cool story here. We have two competitors and their coach, Coach Jess. You've been doing this a while.
I've been doing this for probably over 10 years now.
Okay, you're not that old.
Over 10 years of shooting between competitor and coaching.
I knew that. I'm giving you a hard time. So she shot BB, and then what happened? You aged out, right?
Yes, I aged out 3 years ago for BB gun, 2 years ago for air rifle. And then after that, I took over being the scholastic coach for the BB gun team, the Timber Beasts, and then the head coach for the Timberwolves.
Okay, so this is kind of a cool thing, because what happens if you don't have people kind of filling in that space on the bench, right? So if you don't have new people coming in, you shoot and then you go off about your life. But what if you come back and start coaching? What does that do for your team?
We had the Timber Beasts before. We had the Timberwolves like 20 years ago, but then they kind of just disbanded. So I'm the one that brought the Timberwolves back. So I've been the pretty much only coach for the Timberwolves for the past 3 years. Having people who are well-versed in the program go on to be coaches is really helpful, because they know how the program works. They know what is best for the shooters and how to best help them with the situation at hand. So I think it's very important for coaches to know the program, but also have experience with shooting in the program.
Well, that's outstanding. So you have this environment where you take all that experience competing, you know what it's like, you know the pressure, you know what you've got to deal with, and now you can teach the next generation. The whole point is that if you can have that sort of depth on the bench where you have one generation, as they age out, they kind of go back, they kind of help out, then you keep the whole thing going, right? Because eventually, as coaches get older, we had some coaches here that were recognized for 40 years, some more. You know, at some point we need new coaches, right? So what you're doing is like really cool. Now we have two shooters here, but both of them have a little bit different experience. I'm gonna start with Easton, is that right?
Yep.
All right, so Easton, you did BB gun first, right?
Yes.
How many did you do? How many years?
I did it since I was 9, so
Okay.
I don't know. How many years is that? Like 6?
Math is hard.
Yeah.
Math is hard. All right, I got it. Me too. All right, so you did 6 years.
Yeah.
And then you transitioned to air rifle. How many years
Yep.
have you been shooting air rifle?
This is my first year.
Okay, what do you think of it?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
It's an interesting experience. It helps precision and experience.
Okay, so with BB gun, you're shooting 4 position.
Yep.
Air rifle, you're shooting 3 position.
Yep.
Okay, and it's 10 meters instead of 5 meters, and it's a little bit tougher, would you say?
Yes.
Yeah. Does it? What do you think from character development? All right. So as a person, what do you think the change to air rifle has done? Has it helped? Has it made you work harder? Has it helped you at school? And what kind of advantage do you think it's helped you to
It's
make that
definitely
transition?
made me work harder. Made me work very hard. Just working on like sight alignment and everything, although just focusing on how to shoot.
Okay. All right. And we have Jade.
Yes.
Now, Jade, I'm going to just hand that to you, okay? So I don't want to just block them. So just, you want to, yeah, don't be afraid of it. It won't bite. I promise. That's called a dead cat, but it's not really a cat. It's fine. It won't bite you. When you shot air rifle, like, for a little bit.
I did 3 years. This is my last year.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got that wrong. You did BB gun.
BB for a little
You
bit,
did BB for a little bit, and then you transitioned right to air rifle.
Yeah.
What was it that you aged out BB, or you just said, nah, I want to do air rifle? What made that switch for you?
I aged out of BB. I started shooting really late in life. I only got into the program like 7th or 8th grade, which
Okay.
is really late for a lot of people. So I wanted to still keep going, so I just went straight into air rifle and ended up really liking it, so I just stuck with it.
All right. How are you doing? How do you think you did today? How do you got your relay's done? His relay's coming up, and we got to like mind our time so he can go mentally prepare. You know, he can go sit down, get all like ready. So we want to give him plenty of time for that. But how do you think you did?
I did really, really good in practice yesterday, but if I'm being honest with myself, I don't think the focus was there today.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that gets you.
it wasn't terrible, but I know that I can do better.
All right. Well, the beautiful thing, okay, there's a couple things I like. First of all, I'm like a huge air gunner. So to see air guns, I like BB guns. I love them too, right? But the air guns, if you guys don't know, they're both air guns, right? But the air gun competition is shooting 10 meter, 177 wad cutter precision. Okay, so these are, you got shot 20 shots per position.
Yes.
Okay, so it is a cumulative score. All right, so that's a lot of shooting, and I'm watching these guys very precisely, aim their whole process. It's very individual. So it's like you and the target, right? So you got nobody to blame. You win or lose, it's you or the target, right? So the BB gun competition is a little different. It's still you and the target, but it's team. So it's cumulative on the team, how the team does. I would imagine mentally there's challenges on both sides of that. I'll ask him that question in a minute. No, I'm going to finish up with you here. But when you're shooting air rifle and you're kind of having that focus isn't quite there, how do you recover from that? How do you because this won't be your last match, right?
No, hopefully not.
Okay, so you're gonna go back. You're going, all right. How do you knuckle down? What do you do personally to kind of, all right, I got to knuckle down and get my focus back?
What I've been working on a lot this year with Jess is like just going back over the steps, not getting too stressed out. I'm a panicker, so I'll like take deep breaths, take a little bit of a longer break, remind myself to like shoot slower and go through all that, because once I get nervous, it doesn't go well. So I have to relax.
I do when I'm doing my video reviews. It's crazy. So I've got like this. I'm shooting 50 yards. I got this sub MOA group just materializing in front of me, and I've got that one shot left, and I'm like, don't shank it, don't shank it, don't. And of course, dadgummit, it's the one that goes out of the group, right? So I get that, and I struggle with that too. You do just have to slow everything down and just relax and remind yourself. I just took 9 amazing shots. Just chill. The 10th one's fine.
Yeah.
I don't do that very well all the time, but that's theoretically
That's the goal.
That's the goal, right? So I would go back over here to Easton. So we were just talking there about the difference in mental discipline between like individual sport and team sport. Has there been like a big jump for you to make that transition?
Yes, very. Team, you have to worry about like if one person gets down, you're affecting the whole entire team. Whereas if you're individually, you're affecting yourself and not everyone else.
Okay.
So, like, if someone gets mentally down and sad that they shot bad, it affects the whole entire team.
And so you as a team, one of the things I've watched is that happens. Life happens, right? Mistakes happen. Nobody shoots a perfect card every time. That's why it's hard. That's why not everybody does it, right? It takes a lot of practice. So what do you do with your team when that happens? I've seen teams sort of rally around that person that didn't shoot so good and really helps them. It kind of builds that real sense of community. Have you found that difficult to like just being you with the air rifle shooting the target? How do you get sort of recentered to go back and shoot better the next relay?
It's pretty easy. I mean, just...
Well, okay. It's easy for him. I'm going to have him come shoot all my targets then. Go ahead.
But you just forget about your shots in the past and just work on the ones that you haven't shot yet and just proceed.
Awesome. I'm going to hand this over to you, Jess, really quickly. If you had any advice to give shooters that are fixing to get ready to age out, and they're like, gosh, what do I do next? What would you tell them about the benefits you've personally had and the things that you've had in your life that is like, gosh, I'm so glad I started coaching? What would you tell them? How would you express that to them to encourage them to do that?
Well, first off, it's not like you are trading shooting for coaching. There are a bunch of different programs out there. I still shoot. I shoot with the air rifle, but I also have other shooting sports that I do on top of that. So you're not quitting shooting to coach. But coaching also has its benefits. You can see other people improve, the people around you, the younger generation, see how they are developing and getting these new skills that will most likely help them later in life with like patience and perseverance and stuff like that. You're sharing your experience and knowledge of the sport with other people who might need it, who might go on to get first place in one of the positions or go on to other sports, the Olympics, whatever. It can really help yourself, like learning more about yourself through teaching, but also it will have a big impact on the teams and the shooters around you.
Well, personally, I know you guys are busy, and I came up to this, I need to interview. They're like, us? Why? I don't get it. But I was told specifically, you got to interview those guys. So that's why I did it. So thank you for taking the time. You go get ready for your match, and good luck on your relay. And you got 60 shots to put in the 10 ring. So I expect nothing but perfect score. We'll see how that works out. No pressure. Since it's so easy for him, we'll look forward to you guys doing really well. And again, I appreciate the time. If you wanted to say anything to Daisy for putting this event on, what would you guys say? I'll start with you.
It's a really good opportunity for kids all around to compete in this competition and learn about safety.
Yep. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just really grateful. We don't have too many like super big things like this in Oregon, so I think just to have the opportunity for everyone to come together and do something that we all love is just really important to build the sport across the country as a whole.
Awesome. And Jess, you?
Like she said, we are the only team in Oregon and the surrounding states. So learning safety and having the opportunity to come here and see new people and new teams and see how we're doing against them, it's really cool.
Yeah. So big thank you to Daisy for putting this on.
Yes.
All right, guys, that's going to be it. I want to say thank you to these guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. My name's Rick with AirgunWeb. We're here at the Daisy Nationals 2024. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching our coverage of the 2024 Daisy Nationals. If you would like to learn more about the Daisy Nationals or other shooting programs mentioned in this video, please be sure to check out the links in the video description. Thank you again for watching, and we hope to see you again next year.